Meters, measuring the body, by Oscar. Question: how long are our body parts? Hypothesis: I think that my hand is going to be the same length as my foot in centimeters. Materials: data sheet, notebook, pencil, meter tape, yourself, and a partner. Procedures, Part 1. Number 1, estimate the length of parts. 2, measure the parts. Procedures, Part 2. 3, write the real measurement. 4, find the difference. 5, write a conclusion. Data. For my height, I was 144 centimeters. For my arm span, I was 136 centimeters. From the inside of my elbow, of my wrist to the inside of my elbow, I was 20 centimeters. And the length of my foot, I was 22 centimeters. The circumference of my neck, I was 31 centimeters. The circumference of my upper arm, I was 20 centimeters. The length of my nose, I was 4 centimeters. The length of my ear, I was 5 centimeters. The distance from my knee to the floor, I was 46 centimeters. The distance from my hip to my knee, I was 45 centimeters. The distance from the top of my forehead to the bottom of my chin, was 17 centimeters. The distance around my ankle was 20 centimeters. My chest to my hip was 30 centimeters. The differences. Data. For the first one, I was 6 centimeters off. For the second one, I was 14 centimeters off. For the third one, I was 6 centimeters off. For the fourth one, I was 4 centimeters off. For the fifth one, I was 13 centimeters off. For the sixth one, I was 14 centimeters off. For the seventh one, I was 0 centimeters off. For the eighth one, I was 1 centimeter off. For the ninth one, I was 15 centimeters off. For the 10th one, I was 5 centimeters off. For the 11th one, I was 3 centimeters off. For the 12th one, I was 1 centimeter off. For the 13th one, I was 4 centimeters off. Conclusion. In this lab, I measured parts of my body, but first I guessed how long my body parts are. My partner and I also used centimeters to measure. I learned that most of my guesses were shorter than my actual measurements. My worst guess was when I measured my chest to my foot, 29 centimeters off. My best guess was when I measured the length of my nose, 0 centimeters off. My hypothesis was wrong. Opinion. I like this lab because it involves teamwork, and now I know how long some of my body parts are in centimeters. The end.